What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to this episode of English Turks, where I review your favorite Turkish series with and without English subtitles. And today we're going to be talking about this new series that I've been watching called Aziz. If you haven't had a chance yet, go ahead and click that subscribe button so that you can join the English Turks family, and click that like button to support this video. And if you know others that might like the Dizi Aziz or any kind of Turkish Dizi reviews, go ahead and share this video with others. Now let's get into the video. I am so surprised. How come no one told me about Aziz? This is a fairly new series that just came out. They've aired 8 episodes. I'm not sure when the air date is, but I'm assuming it's pretty soon because episode 8 was uploaded not too long ago, probably a couple days ago. So maybe episode 9 is going to be out soon. However, the reason why I decided to watch Aziz is, one, I was looking for another series to watch that wasn't so far in, because I want to be able to watch with everybody else. If I end up watching a Dizi that has like 23 episodes already aired, then I'm going to be stuck watching like hours and hours of footage in order to catch up. So I decided on Aziz because I saw it was only 8 episodes in. Number 2, the lead actor in this series, I know he played in, I think it was Rambo or one of those other series, and I never got an opportunity to watch that one, and he has such a striking face. I feel like I've seen him in something else, but I'm not really sure what it is. And so I wanted to see what he was doing in this series. I don't know many of the other characters. I feel like I've seen them in Dizis here and there, but nothing that's striking. Oh, except for one person, which I'll talk about later. And so I decided, let me watch it. And also, Aziz has that like olden time like feel to it. So I wasn't, so I really like that. And so I thought maybe this might be a good series to watch. Anyway, I saw Aziz and I decided, hey, let me give it a try, let me see. And so I watched the first episode and I got sucked in. Within an hour, I was already committed to characters, to the plot, to figure out what was going to happen next. And then I decided, hey, I'm going to watch this one. And so I ended up binging Aziz for 4 days. It would have been 3 if I wasn't like depriving myself of sleep trying to watch every single episode all at once. And so I did actually catch up, and super cool. Today I'm going to summarize what the series is about. I might give a bit of spoilers, but then as soon as I watch episode 9, I'll start with regular reviews of episodes. Okay, so let's talk about Aziz. Aziz is a guy that lives in Antakya. I think that's how you pronounce it. If it's not, I apologize. And so in Turkey, Antakya went through a war and they were conquered by the French. So now they're being governed by the French. They're in a suppression stage. And so that's where we start off. And Aziz happens to live in Antakya. And his family is well known. The Paidar family is well known throughout the area. His father makes carpets and does really well for himself making carpets. And so therefore, he's not a selfish kind of guy. So he gives back to the community. He supplies jobs for the people. And so they're very well respected. His uncle, also part of the Paidar family, has a carpet business as well. Also very well respected. Now, Aziz has everything going for him. He's wealthy. He's got a beautiful girlfriend named Dilruba that he loves. And, everything just seems to be going fine for him. They're well respected. And this just so happens on a particular night, he's out with his friends, his cousin, and also with a lieutenant who's a French lieutenant. Now remember, the French have overpowered the Turkish people in Antakya. And so even though he's a French lieutenant, he's technically so-called friends with Aziz because Aziz is the powerful family in Antakya. And so he's friends with this French lieutenant. They're all hanging out. They're at a bar. And then this special needs guy comes in. Now, I'm not going to try to pronounce his real name, the actor name. But Zulfikar, I think that's how you say his character name. Now, the actor himself love this guy. I've watched him in several series. He's an amazing actor. He knows how to play slow. He knows how to play smart. He knows how to play dad. He knows how to play homeless. Like, he knows how to play so many variety of characters. Absolutely love him. When I saw him, I was so excited because I love seeing him in anything out there. So, great guy. If you want to know what other series he's in, that you want to catch him playing like completely different characters that are all believable, let me know. I'll let you guys know in the comments. And so, he's a special needs guy, comes into this bar selling his mom's bread or whatever, and some people are buying it, some aren't. And he gets into a confrontation with this French lieutenant. Now the French lieutenant is like beating him up, and Aziz can't help himself, steps up and defends the special needs guy. Well, the French lieutenant, because he's his so-called friend, you know, just accepts it and just leaves the place. But this happens after Aziz announces that he is going to propose to his girlfriend. And so, you know, they're all just feeling kind of bad about what just happened. So Aziz decides he's going to go home as well. And as he's leaving and walking out into the dark streets, he hears a girl scream. So he runs to figure out like what's going on. And he finds the French lieutenant, his so-called friend, you know, trying to overtake this girl, trying to, you know, abuse her. And so he decides to step in. Now the French lieutenant's like, hey, mind your business, leave me alone, let me do what I want to do. Because this French lieutenant was still like riled up and mad by the altercation that happened in the bar. And so Aziz doesn't. He kind of starts beating him up. Well, French lieutenant wants to put Aziz back in his place because remember, the French have overtaken the Turkish people. And so he's like, okay, now you're taking it too far. You stopped me in the bar, and now you're trying to stop me out here. And so he tries to pull out his gun to shoot Aziz, but Aziz beats him to the punchline and ends up taking his gun out and shooting the lieutenant, and in return killing him. Now Aziz runs away from the situation, but the girl that he saved was there in the alley, realized Aziz dropped something and picks it up, which is a ring given to him by his mother. Now it's a good thing that she picked it up because that is such an identifying piece of information, but she is so enamored by what he has done for her, and she's so grateful that, you know, she takes it as a momentum, a keepsake. Aziz, on the other hand, runs, tells his father and his uncle what has happened, and because Aziz's dad doesn't want him to get hanged for the crime, he sends him away. Remember, Aziz's dad has this carpet business, and he was about to have a caravan leave Antakya to go to another part of Turkey to be able to sell the carpets. And so he sends Aziz to join them. Before Aziz leaves, however, he goes to see his girlfriend Dilruba. Dilruba is a wealthy person in Antakya as well. Her mother is a widow, and the father had left them a substantial amount of money, so they live basically very wealthy. So it's a perfect thing for Aziz to have, you know, someone of the same standing with him, and they grew up together and everything, and they believe that they're each other's soulmates. And so Aziz doesn't want to just leave town without telling her because he doesn't know when he's going to be back. However, when he goes and spends time with her to say his goodbyes, he makes her promise not to love anyone else except for him and to wait for him to return, even though he didn't have a specific return date of when he will be back. Dilruba promises that her heart only belongs to him and she will never love another man. She'll never be with another man. She will wait for his return, which I thought was kind of silly. I mean, why would you make her promise something when you don't have any concrete way of promising to return? So anyway, Aziz goes ahead and leaves, right? And the French lieutenant that he had accidentally killed happened to be the son of the French governor that is governing, I think he's a governor. He's governing, you know, Antakya. He's governing all the people there. And so when this governor finds out that his son was killed, he wants revenge, he wants blood, and all the people ever saw or knew was the fact that, you know, he had this confrontation in the bar with the special needs guy. So then the special needs guy ends up taking the blame and getting hanged for the crime. It was so sad to lose this actor so early on in the first episode. It was kind of like a sad thing to lose him, but it was necessary for what needs to happen. In the meantime, Aziz has no idea that Zulfikar, I think it's how you say his name, he has been hanged for Aziz's crime, and Aziz has no idea about this. He's gone on this caravan, he stayed along this caravan, and he's been on this caravan for a couple of years now. I think it's maybe a year and a half to, I don't know, but I just can't understand the time frame. It's basically saying throughout the whole thing, it's been 2 years. So anyway, while he's on the caravan actually gets attacked, and Aziz ends up getting very injured, but it is reported back to Antakya that Aziz has died, and that he is basically gone forever and will never be returning because he has died. The caravan was attacked and he was one of the people killed. However, Aziz was not dead. He was actually alive, just really badly injured, and some good Samaritans people, I don't know who they are, he says their name sometime in the episode, and they come and they get him and they help him heal, and it takes time for him to heal. And so between this long range of time between him being pronounced as dead and going through this healing process, life has moved on in Antakya. And so then he's all well and healthy, and he decides to return to Antakya, and he returns to find things are in shambles. His father is dead. He finds out that his supposed future wife, the person that he wanted to spend the rest of his life with, his soulmate, the person that he was the whole reason for him even surviving, because his thoughts was, I made this promise to God, I gotta go back to her. He finds out that she is engaged to another man, but not just any other man, it's his very own cousin Adam. And so that's just, a slap in the face. And then he also finds out that his father's wealth, everything that his father has built, was absolutely gone, that his father was bankrupt, his father supposedly committed suicide. Like, so many things have gone wrong in the span of him not being there. So he's in this position of, what am I going to do? But because he's such a man of honor, he feels terrible not being there for his father. His girlfriend is now, going to be engaged to his cousin. Like, things are just horrible for him. And then he finds out the only thing he has left is his father's house and the actual building that his father's carpet business was in, which is now, like, gone. Like, there's no business taking place there. And so he goes to the house just in time to see that the housekeepers are selling his father's horse. So he's able to stop the transaction, and they're like, well, we were left with nothing. What should we have done? He's like, you had nothing else to sell. Goes in the house, it's empty. So it's even worse than what is already happening. Like, everything is just horrible. And then he goes to the carpet business and he sees that that place is also in complete shambles. So things are just not going great for Aziz. And so therefore, so many things are playing out to lead to this path that we are going to be on throughout this entire series. Now, I gave away a few of spoilers and stuff, but remember that girl from Whale in the beginning, the girl that he ended up shooting the lieutenant for? Her name is Efnan, and she actually re-enters the story. And also, the special needs guy, his mom re-enters the story, and she is this blind woman that, is living in Antakya, and she's fighting for Turkish relief, like she's fighting for the Turkish people to regain their territory, as most of the people in that territory. But it's just everything working together to really outline Aziz's story. Aziz's story is the main thing for this entire thing. However, everyone has their parts to play, and every person's stories is a little bit more interesting than what you can imagine. Now, I don't want to give too much away, but when I do the review for episode 9, I'll definitely divulge into all the things that I found out between 1 through 8. And I just have to say, one thing that I really like about Aziz's character is that with everything, he seems very confident in his decisions. He thinks before he acts. He does a lot of that. But when it comes to his ex-girlfriend, now ex-girlfriend Daruba, he's not as confident and secure in any of the decisions that he's making, which makes it even more interesting to watch, because some of the decisions that he does make kind of makes him look like a bad person, like you are taking, you're just making bad decisions here. But then in other things, he makes such good decisions. So I like that dynamic, that he has control on certain parts of his life, but other parts he is just in turmoil. And so this is a very good series to watch. If I've enticed you, like you haven't watched it yet, and I've enticed you to watch it, I recommend you go ahead and binge like I did, and then catch up, and then join us throughout the next few reviews. But if you've already been watching it, I mean, thank you for welcoming me into the family of Aziz fandom. Like, how come nobody knocked on my door about this earlier? Now, before I end out this video, I want to say that I want to watch 3 Dizzies. Not like before when I was watching like 7 Dizzies. It was just too much. I had a Dizzy a day, and it was just making me dizzy. But I want to watch at least 3. And so right now I'm doing Kalp Yarasi, and I'm going to be doing Aziz, but I need one more. But I need something that I can easily catch up with. So if you guys have an episode, a series that you think that's currently airing, let me know, because I want to do reviews on a 3rd show. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do about Masumar Partmani, because I was watching that. I was also watching Cardinal Shum. I can never say that, but I was also watching that one. I kind of stopped watching it. Sometimes when I get too overwhelmed, I'll just stop watching a series, and then if I've missed like 2 episodes, it takes so much for me to just catch back up, so then I don't do it. I don't try to catch up. So just let me know. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do about those 2 series, because they're still airing, and those are ones that I was watching. And yeah, let me know what other series you think I should watch. In the meantime, don't forget, if you haven't done so yet, click that subscribe button, and let's talk about these Dizzies together. If you have any comments about Aziz, let me know down in the comment box below. And if you think of any series that I could watch, let me know in the comments below. And if you know anybody else watching Aziz and wants to review and chat about it, share this video with them, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!